Welcome back to the NW Sportscast. The Seattle Mariners beat the Brewers 5-3 off the back of Bryce Miller and company. Gotta mention Bryce Miller right out the get-go. He was electric tonight. Electricity running through his veins. His splitter was working better than I ever saw it. He controlled the top of the strike zone with his fastball. That mix of pitches worked for him all night tonight. 78 pitches. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, only gave up 3 hits. And the big thing, a big reason for his success, something that all Mariners pitchers do, and something that's really been a Seattle, ingrained into every pitcher on this team. Throw first pitch strikes. 17 of 25 first pitches tonight were strikes, and the Brewers were down in the count all game long. If you're 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, it's the stats show you're not going to hit the baseball and you're not going to put it in play as many times as if it's a 3-1 count. And Bryce Miller used that to his advantage all night long. The Brewers were not able to jump him early in counts, and he went 7 innings pitched and could have maybe thrown an 8. Speaking of maybe throwing an 8th, instead, Scott Servais went with Austin Voth, and that backfired, and it almost cost us the game, but it didn't. He ends up with 3 earned runs. 2 earned runs, and then bases loaded, up 4-2, and Gabe Spire and Trent Thornton takes care of the rest, and then Andre Munoz closes it down, and the Seattle Mariners win 5-3. But how did your Seattle Mariners score the first 5 runs? The top of the lineup finally gets going. Everyone, round of applause for the top of the lineup. J.P. Crawford, Julio Rodriguez, Jorge Polanco, Mitch Haniger, and Mitch Garver all getting hits. Shout out especially to Jorge Polanco, first home run as a Mariner. Also had a really nice play at second base, a leaping catch. Good to see Jorge Polanco get his get back at his old stadium and get his first home run of his Mariner career. Shout out to Julio Rodriguez. Wasn't trying to do too much. Had an opportunity to send Samad Taylor home. Instead of swinging for the fences, just right back up the middle, ground ball right where it came from, and that will do the job. Sends JP from first to third, and then another run scores. Same thing, not trying to do too much, just put the ball in play. Our first 3 runs were just, sac fly, fielder's choice, ground ball up the middle. Not doing too much, taking runs when they come from you. That's going to be the secret success to the Mariners consistently putting runs on the board. Home runs are not always going to be the option, and they haven't been early in this year. Only 5 homers, or now it's 6. 6 home runs on the year, a couple of them tonight, but they were both solo shots. Shout out Luis Urias, and I already mentioned Jorge Polanco. But home runs are not going to be the main way. You're not always going to score 4 runs with a 3-run shot and a solo home run. It's not going to get it done. You cannot be dependent on the long ball. What you can be dependent on is moving guys from second to third and then grounding out to third base and then sending them home, and that's a run right there in the second inning. And then in the fourth, you have an out with a guy in third, and it's a sac fly, send him home, and then Julio Rodriguez comes up, and he just kind of, lassos the ball into left field. Guy scores from second. It's the little stuff. It's the stuff that the Astros have been beating us at the last 2 or 3 years consistently. The Mariners have been kind of home run or bust team offensively, and tonight they show why small ball can sometimes pay off. Take what the other team gives you. Let me say it again. Take what the other team gives you, and I'm not mad because the Mariners did that tonight. They moved to 4-5 with an opportunity to go 500 and end the first 10 games of the season going 500 and win the series against the Milwaukee Brewers tomorrow. Should be a fun one. Very interesting to see what happens with Emerson Hancock and company. As far as this game goes, a few other notes. Mitch Haniger goes 2 for 3. He continues to hit the baseball a lot. It's never been Mitch Haniger not being able to hit. It's been Mitch Haniger not being able to stay in the field, and right now he's staying in the field. So cross our fingers for that. Hopefully that stays true. Mitch Garver gets a hit. Cal Raleigh is 0 for 4. He's one of two players to not get a hit today. Both the Raleigh, my favorite two names on the team, they both go hitless. Every other guy that played today, the other 8 guys, all gathered a hit. Super, super good stuff to see. Andres Munoz looked really, really good in the 9th inning. He had some fireballs tonight. He was throwing gas with his slider. It was cooking. Shout out to Andres Munoz. But all around, this is a good game and shows why you don't need to do too much offensively, and your pitching is going to carry you through. This is a quintessential 2024 Mariners win. You're going to be seeing this a lot, guys. This is going to happen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Luis Castillo, he's going to throw a good game. The Brewers might score a couple runs, and the Mariners are going to score 4. They're going to win 4-2. Julio Rodriguez is going to get, a couple RBIs off a double or something. A sac fly sends a run home, and all of a sudden the Mariners win 4-2 off of a good starting pitching and an offense not trying to do more than what they are. That's the formula, and they showed it today. Bryce Miller had a great outing. Mariners don't try to do too much, especially at the top of the lineup. Bottom of the lineup gets on. Julio Rodriguez up the middle, sets the tone, and a couple more runs score from fielders' choices, etc. That's the formula. Don't try to do too much. When you get in danger is when your starting pitching starts to do really well, but then inevitably explodes, for a couple runs in the 7th inning or something. Now you're down 2 or 3-0 because earlier in the game, you didn't just take runs when they were handed to you. And a guy in third, 1 out, you were trying to hit a home run instead of hitting a ground ball up the middle. It's little stuff like that. That's when you start to get in dangerous territory. And the Mariners stayed away from that tonight when in the last few games they've kind of been straying more towards that. And that's why you haven't seen the run production from the Mariners that most people would have liked. 5 runs is going to win you 80% of ball games, in my opinion, with this pitching staff. I think they're that good. I think we've actually underperformed pitching, and there's been some really, really good starts out of the Mariners. That's saying something. If I think the Mariners are underperforming right now at pitching, Luis Castillo and George Kirby, both, Castillo had 2 bad starts, Kirby had 1. I think you only get a bad start at Castillo probably once a month, and Kirby probably the same. So, guys, this is the formula to win baseball games. The Mariners showed it here today. Super, super happy to see. We got chances tomorrow to win this one with Emerson Hancock on the bump. Should be a good one against the Brewers. 2:10 p.m. start. That's about all I got, guys. This is the NW Sportscast. Thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to me and Levi. We're doing these post games every single day. Say it with me. Every single day. So come to the NW Sportscast to get your post game after every Mariners win or loss. Thank you so much for watching. This is the NW Sportscast. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.